Good day, guys. Welcome to Maths is Made Easy with teacher Satya here. In this video, I'll be teaching you guys on how to solve probability questions involving independent events. Make sure you watch the entire video to have a better understanding of this topic. Let's get to it, guys. So when we talk about probability, now the rule of probability events can be extended to 3 or more independent events also. Now, if we take a look at this question right here, let's consider a case where there are more than 2 events. So if you take a look at this tree diagram here, so what we'll be talking about is, so we have a dime, we have a quarter, and then we have a spinner colored as blue, green, red, and yellow. And if you take a look at it, guys, the total possible outcomes are 16, right, guys? Now let me teach you guys briefly on how to draw the tree diagram. So now if we take a look at the dime, so there are 2 possible outcomes that we can get when we toss a dime. It can either be a head or a tail. All right, guys, and after a dime, since I am going to toss a quarter, now the probability of tossing a quarter are also heads and tails, right, guys? So when I get a head on a dime, I can also get a head or a tail from the quarter. Similarly, when I toss the dime and I get a tail, when I toss the quarter, I can also get a head or a tail. Alright, guys, and the final one, when we talk about the spinner, there are totally 4 possible outcomes, which are blue, green, red, and yellow, right, guys? So if I get a head on the dime, head in the quarter, it can either come blue, green, red, yellow when I do the spinner, right, guys? Now let's take a look at this question. So let's say, for example, the question is asking what is the probability of getting a head from the dime, a tail from the quarter, and let's say a red from the spinner. Now if you take a look at it from the tree diagram, we see that getting a H and T and R, we only have 1 possible outcome, right, guys? So the probability will be 1 over 16. But we do not have to draw the tree diagrams to find the possible outcomes or finding the answer, right, guys? There's an easier way to this. So what we can do is, in order for us to get the probability of head and tail and red, what we can do is we can take the probability of head, multiply with the probability of tail, and then multiply with probability of getting a red. Now take a look at it, guys. When I toss a dime, the probability of it falling on a head is 1/2, right, guys? So the first one will be 1/2 multiplied by, and again when I toss a quarter, the probability of me getting a tail is also 1/2, right, guys? And from the 4 colors, blue, red, green, yellow, from the spinner, the probability of it, of the pointer pointing at red, is 1/4, right, guys? 1 over 4. Therefore the answer will also be 1 over 16. Now this second method would save you guys a lot of time. All right, guys, now let's go ahead and solve a question. Now Robert has 25 songs in his MP3 player. 10 of them are classic rock, right, guys? 12 are country and 3 are classical. Robert set the MP3 player to play the songs randomly. All right, guys, so they're asking what is the probability that the first song is classical. So we have first is classical, followed by second is country, followed by third is classical rock. Right, guys? So let's write the probability down. Now first of all, the probability of getting a classical would be 3 over 25, right guys? Because classical, we see it, there are 3 songs in this MP3 player. Now, getting a country, if you take a look at it from the question, we have 12 possible outcomes. So it'll be 12 over 25 multiplied by getting a classical rock is 10 over 25, right guys? Now if we multiply all of that, we can get 3 times 12 is 36, 36 times 10 is 360, 360 over 25 times 25 times 25. If we use the help of a calculator, we would get 15625, 15625. So the probability of getting a classical and then followed by a country and then a classical rock is 360 over 15625. Now of course you can simplify this fraction if you want, or you can leave it as it is. So what this means that every 15,625 times, now 360 times of this, we will get this according to the probability. Now question B, the first 2 songs are classical rock and the third is country, right guys? So classical rock, what we have, so let's write it down. So classical rock multiplied by P of classical rock multiplied by P of country, right guys? So classical rock, as you can see, we have 10 over 25 multiplied by, again classical rock is 10 over 25 multiplied by the probability of country is 12 over 25. Now let's go ahead and simplify this, right guys? So both can divide by 5, so we have 2 over 5. This will give us 2 over 5 also. So we have 2 times 2, 4, 4 times 12 is 48 over 5 times 5 times 25 is 625. Therefore, the probability that the first 2 songs are classic rock followed by a country is equal to 48 over 625. Alright guys, and that is how we would solve probability questions using independent events. Now if you did enjoy this video guys, do not forget to hit on that like button and consider subscribing so you don't miss out on any future maths videos. Until next time guys, have a nice day.